Take a deep collective breath. Welcome to the practice this morning. Thank you for keeping this divine appointment. I honor your presence here for the practice in this sanctuary, for having a time together. So let's just open this morning in prayer. Find ourselves centered in this space. There is one light, one power, one presence, one spirit. It is the spirit that binds us. It is the spirit of love that indwells all life, that magnetic force that holds all together as one. We know and we trust there is one power and one presence. And so we come together this morning for the practice, to sit in the practice together, to make a difference in this space, in our lives, in our world. So I invite you to take a deep inhale and exhale. And allow yourself to arrive as we give thanks that we've come together to hold space, to hold the practice. And so it is. Namaste. If you are here for the first time, welcome. It's good to have you here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. You are at Unity Village Chapel, located on grounds at Unity World Headquarters, Unity Village. And you are part of a spiritual community that follows its heart, that is a spiritual practice, and that is based on the teachings of love. I call Jesus the master teacher, the teacher of love, the way shower, the peacemaker. Some call him Yeshua. He is a vibration, a field, an energy of love, not divisiveness, not exclusivity. And so we know that that consciousness that is the master teacher, that consciousness that is awakened thinking, awakened living, enlightenment, is available to everyone, that it was in existence and always has been in existence in the mind of God. And so we're here for the practice. We're here to celebrate this truth. We're here to activate this in our lives and in our world. So in Unity, we believe in one power and one presence, God, the good omnipotence. We see God as love, wisdom, and divine mind. We honor all spiritual practices and the diversity of paths that lead to enlightenment and awakening. We believe that we're born blessed, and through meditation, affirmation, and prayer, we remember this truth. It is through the law of mind action that we create harmony and unity in our lives and in our world. Amen? All right, so we have a special thing today, but before we do that, we're going to bless our young ones. So come on up, littles. And while they're coming up, if you have not downloaded the UVC app, you can go to your app store and just put in Unity Village Chapel, and just a click away, you will have all of our events, activities, a map of the grounds, everything to stay connected to our groups and everything that we have here. How's everyone doing? Good. Will you take a breath with me? You guys can kind of teach them. You guys all know about taking a calming breath, right? I think so. Will you be our teachers and show everybody? Okay, ready? Do you know my friend has a dog? And that might not be interesting enough as it is, but she has a dog that gets really, really excited when you come in the house and like,
oh, I know who you're talking about.
What's her name? Tig is her name. I mean, she goes a little nuts. So they're live streaming right now. Hi, Tig. We have about 300 live streamers every Sunday. So Tig goes a little nutso unless you come over and say hi to him, her. I always call him him, her. And gets up on the...
Call him.
I know, call him, her, him. And that stuff doesn't really matter anymore these days. So I'm seeing the dog, and the dog's going a little nutso. And what calms the dog? Do you want to know what calms the dog? Because she's teaching me. I'm not a dog person, I'm a cat person. They just walk away. She's teaching me, and what works is, what do we do when we see Tig? So she sits behind the gate. We sit on this side. And if you try to do anything else, she will just, and she will not stop barking. But once you go, she'll just go. And then you can pet her and then go on with the visit. All right, so we ready? Let's give it to him again. Ready? Let's put a lot of love in our hands and bless our children. So you can see everyone has their parts here. Congregation, you say you are born blessed. You say we are born blessed. And then we'll repeat the next part together. Congregation, you are born blessed. Young ones, we are born blessed. Congregation,
you are here to be a blessing.
Oh, suck that in. Did you hear that? Could you feel that? That was like music. I could feel that. Okay, now we say we are here to be a blessing. Ready? We are here to be a blessing. And so it is. Have a wonderful day at Spirit School. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
No.
I don't need, wait, hold on, Joe, just a sec.
Yeah.
I gotta get, we gotta slow down. Gotta get grounded here. We have our prayer chaplains that are joining our prayer chaplain team. So if you don't know about our prayer chaplains, if you're a member here, you get a call once a month. And it's a live call with a prayer chaplain that's holding you specifically in prayer for the year. If you don't want to call, you can get a text. If you don't want either, you can just say, hold me in the light. But our Judy Simmons Estes is an incredible licensed Unity teacher. She's an incredible educator and incredible woman of light. She leads our team. And because we are a community beyond walls, she leads it mostly from Colorado. And we have prayer chaplains from coast to coast that participate fully in service. If you ever feel called, you just take a prayer class, take a membership class, and then you take the training with Judy and the team. Now, this team does something incredible. They reach out to each other and hold each other in prayer every day. Every day they have a group text, and every time they go together to hold light, they hold you in light. They hold me in light. And that's significant, and it makes a difference. We often have a prayer chaplain here to pray with you in the sanctuary one-on-one after the service confidentially. But I want to welcome our new, so these are our existing prayer chaplains. No one here is new, though, correct? Marilyn? I don't think, is anyone? Things are a little off this morning. They're on. They're on. So let's just announce our prayer chaplains. This is our current team. Okay. Oh, there's the, okay, good. Okay, go back. So, Maria Beebe out in California, Elizabeth Besser here in Missouri, Tammy Bottom in Michigan, Jay Cross in Jersey, Tina in Oklahoma, Marilyn in Arkansas, and Kristen in Missouri right here in house to pray with you confidentially one-on-one after the service. Lynn Weibar, who is on our board of trustees, who is also here locally often, might be live streaming today. Nope, there she is right there. And go ahead to the next slide and let's welcome our new prayer chaplains. If you're here in the house, come up. No, these are not new prayer chaplains. These are our emeritus prayer chaplains. So they're the ones that still hold the sacred space, have participated in the program, and hold the sacred space but are not active. They're kind of like in waiting. So Cynthia Brandt, Michigan, awesome. Christine, Connecticut. She also hosts a little radio show in Connecticut. Holly Hubert in Florida, incredible woman of light. Dean Levine on our board of trustees, and Vicki in Michigan. Is that incredible? Yeah. Sometimes I feel sad there's not full seats in the house, but then I remember our people that are all over. And if that works for people, and if it works for people to be in their pajamas, stay in your pajamas. But if you want to come in, gosh, it feels good to have bodies in the house, doesn't it? All right. Do we have any new ones?
No, we have just repeats.
So they went through their program, and we're blessing them today. Okay, so they bless you and me and you guys and all of us all the time. Can we take a moment to just breathe in to bless our prayer team? So we just inhale and exhale into this moment. Thanking you for your service. Thanking you for stepping forward in a time of need, for stepping forward to be the hands and the heart of Spirit on earth. Thank you for the light that you are, your intention to heal, to love, to give, to serve, for the knowing that holding the space and holding sacred space with someone makes a difference, for being there for me when I need to share prayer requests and things that are confidential and can't be shared with the story, knowing that you don't need to know the story because you hold the wholeness and the truth and the healing and the wellness. So we thank you for that sacred role you play in this community. Because not everyone knows who has a diagnosis. Not everyone knows who's going through a mental health challenge. Not everyone knows who's going through a family situation or whatever it is. Everyone knows that everyone's in the world right now, and that's an interesting experience. But you're holding the space for all of it. So we bless your hearts. We bless your hands. We bless the healing power of light that flows through your consciousness. Thank you. We appreciate you, and we bless you, and so it is. Namaste. All right, take it away, Joe.
I, the Lord of sea and sky, I have heard the people cry, all who face uncertainty, my hand will guide. I who made the stars at night, I will make their darkness bright. Who will bear my light to them? Who shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. I, the Lord of wind and flame, I will tend the poor and lame. I will set a feast for them and show the way. Finest bread I will provide, till their hearts be satisfied. I will give my life to them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you here this morning. If you don't know me, my name is Justin George, and this is the highlight of my month. I'm so glad to be here. Spring is really springing. It seems like my last couple weekends, God has kind of done my landscaping, and I've been spending time with the chainsaw, doing some storm cleanup. We've got a full moon in Scorpio coming up on Friday, as well as Beltane. So happy early Beltane, everyone. You are invited to download the Unity Village Chapel app from your app store. Just search for Unity Village Chapel and download. Open the app, tap the OOS tab at the bottom. There you can follow today's order of service, view the announcements, and stay connected. You can also share your prayer request on the prayer wall, where our ministers, prayer chaplains, and community hold sacred space with you. Let's all take a moment to mute our mobile phones or anything else that we would have that might make noise during today's service. Registration is available for all events on our website, the UVC app, and the weekly e-newsletter. Another update for our prayer chaplaincy ministries. One of the ways we care for one another is through our chaplaincy ministry. For members who receive monthly prayer calls, new chaplain assignments for the 26 and 27 term will begin on May the 4th. We're grateful for this ministry and the ways it supports connection and prayer within our church family. Join us for an exciting concert with Jesse Powers at Lowell's Garden Terrace at Unity Village for an unforgettable night of powerhouse melodies and infectious energy. Tickets are $25 apiece. Make your plans to register and be here at Unity Village May 29th, 30th, and 31st for the Soul Shine Renewal and Homecoming Sunday. A weekend of connection, renewal, and celebration, soulfully designed to nourish your spirit, mind, and body. No matter where you're coming from, near or far, this is a special time to come to Unity Village and shine. Full details and registration for all events mentioned are available on our website, the app, and the weekly e-newsletter. Now we move into, excuse me. Now we move into the practice of generosity and connection. We give not because it's transactional, but because generosity is a spiritual act. Giving keeps the current of life moving. As we give, we participate in creating life, in sustaining this spiritual home, and in practicing love together. Divine love, through us, blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. So it is. Let's receive this daily wisdom as a reflection of our shared practice today as I read today's daily word. Sunday, April 26th of 2026, the word of the day is blessed. I am blessed with peace, calm, and the love of God. Today, if someone asks me how I am, I will smile and respond, I am blessed. This simple declaration will set the tone for the day, encouraging me to notice blessings large and small, especially the little things I may take for granted. I will also be mindful that God is the source of all my blessings. I find my greatest blessing is in grounding myself in God's grace. It brings me peace, calms my fears, and is a bright, guiding light in dark and difficult times. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described the blessings of life, reminding those gathered that the truest wealth is not measured by money and power. I take those words to heart and feel deeply grateful. I am spiritually blessed, enriched by God's unwavering love. Matthew chapter 5, verse 8 reads, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
There is a light, a holy light. There is a light, a holy light. There is a light, a holy light. There is a light that is shining for you, coming in to make you holy, shining for you, coming in to make you whole. There is a peace, a holy peace. There is a peace, oh, there is a peace, a holy peace. There is a peace that is shining for you, coming in to make you whole, shining for you, coming in to make you whole. The Holy Spirit is all around you, Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is all around you, Holy Spirit is shining for you, coming in to make you whole. It's shining for you, coming in to make you whole.
Thank you, Todd. Am I the only one who can't see Todd at all? Raise your hand if you can't see Todd. Okay, we need to fix that. We'll figure it out. There you go. There he is. The guy with the voice right there. That was gorgeous and beautiful, and that made me think we have to do Man Music Sunday once a month and do the man songs. They do beautiful harmonies with Stan. Got to shake it up a little bit here. Let's engage our practice and just relax for a moment. This is a time in our practice where we meditate. If you're new to meditation, don't worry about it. Just close your eyes and relax. Just breathe. It's like I tell my daughter when she says, I can't fall asleep. I'm trying, I can't fall asleep. I said, you don't have to try. Just close your eyes, breathe. You don't need to fall asleep. Just close your eyes and breathe. So here we are. This is our time of practice together, our time of mindfulness, our contemplative part of the service, where we come together to contribute to each other and the field around us, where we come together for the practice known and utilized in saints and sages and sacred beings throughout time, but so often overlooked in our daily lives. And we have the honor to come together in ritual and to practice together. To lend each other the regulation of our sacred nervous system and our practice, the gifts of our own individual practices, of everyone in this room and everyone joining together in mind online, so that we may all be raised a bit higher. If you've ever walked into a church and just felt a holy silence, an old church that's been there for a long, long time, and you can feel how many prayers have been said there, how many intentions have been launched, how much silence and stillness has been held. There is a reverence there. It's the same reverence in an old growth forest. When you stand by a tree that has rings and rings and rings and rings and rings, that remembers history and has witnessed generation after generation, creation after creation. There is a silence. There is a reverence. Together we take a deep inhale and a collective exhale as we enter the silence together. Open the heart and clear the mind. Bringing our attention back to this time and space. Inhaling and exhaling as if the breath is moving through the heart itself. Creating coherence in mind, body, spirit. Engaging your practice in gratitude. Gratitude for the lives we've been given and the time and the form we give this life. By the power of this practice, may all beings have freedom from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings know God as love and themselves as emanations of this love. May all beings know that we're born blessed and here to be a blessing. Namaste. Hi. I'm sitting here on this as a reminder to slow down this morning. But I actually kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of comfortable. How are you? Breathing. Let's be real. We are in interesting times, aren't we? But we come together in this sanctuary for the practice. We come together to recalibrate our nervous system. A sermon disguised as a recalibration. We come together to show that we are people of love, people of unity, people of oneness. And we come together for each other because it matters that we show up. It matters that we can look over at each other. And it matters that we have communities like this. When you're in a community like this, you support support. It is a web. It is a web of support that goes out in numerous ways. We always teach in Unity that it's not the numbers, it's the consciousness. It's not how many are here, it's who is here. So you're here by divine appointment. You are here because each one of you has an incredible sacred practice, an incredible story, has had an incredible life, and makes an incredible choice each Sunday to engage the practice and to reset and co-create peace on the world, and to teach no matter what we see that God is love and all beings are made of love. That is their divine birthright. It is our inheritance. We may have the appearance of other, and we got a lot of appearances right now. So I want to acknowledge and honor anyone who doesn't watch the news. Keep going. You're the space holder. People criticize each other, for what they're doing these days. If you're watching the news all the time, you're obsessed and you're part of the problem. If you're not watching the news any of the time, you are checking out and you're part of the problem. If you're watching the news a little bit, you're struggling with mental health issues. If you're watching it a lot, you're struggling with mental health issues. If you're not watching it at all, you might be in the Zen zone, so hold everybody else in deep prayer. I have no right to be the one speaking at times like this. But I also, luckily, absolutely know that even though one person is talking, this is a conversation. And it's coming in and through and among all of us. So let's take a moment and bless everyone, everywhere, If you watch the news, you know what we're blessing. If you don't watch the news, your heart knows what we're blessing. But we stand in love and blessing and prayer for protection, compassion, unity consciousness, wisdom, kindness, divine understanding. So let's take a moment together. In a moment of silence, we bless our nation, we bless our leaders, we bless our world, we bless our community, we bless all beings. We know who you are at the core. We bless you in the silence. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Namaste. Mark 4:39. Peace, be still. He rebuked the wind and calmed the waves. Rebuked the wind and calmed the waves. The consciousness of peace, the consciousness of peace, the consciousness of love, the consciousness of oneness, the way, the truth, and the light, blessed and said, peace, be still. What if that wasn't just Jesus speaking to a storm? What if that was life speaking to all of us? Peace, be still. We so often wait for the outer to be still, for the outer to be peaceful, to go, can we breathe yet? But like I told the kids in the story about the dog earlier in the service today, sometimes life is like that dog. It's not going to stop barking. It's not going to stop jumping until you take a breath. If anyone knows a parenting podcast and leader right now who's amazing, her name's Dr. Becky. She talks about regulating and connecting with kids and parenting in a different way. But one of the things she talks about is co-regulating. And I've been trying it because I have a different learning style than my daughter. My mother is a psychologist, so she can be in the house for like 10 minutes, and she's like, G is this, 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 and this, and you are this, this, and this, and if you keep doing that, she's never going to hear you. Because I'll be in another room, and I'll be like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I expect her to do it, and I'll say it again, na-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. My mom was there for 2 minutes. She goes, you need to go up to her, put your hand on her shoulder, and just start moving her in the right direction, and then give her a cue in a calm voice right to her. And I'm like, try it. She doesn't listen. Then what happens? And I have a friend that has very different learning styles than mine, who comes to grandma every 6 weeks or so, and she has that different learning, different style. So I know when she's there, she hears me giving the commands, peace, be still. And she's like, shut your beautiful pie hole. Close your beautiful pie hole. It's not saying anything to anyone. She doesn't hear you. If she does, she's ignoring it. You guys are going to do this until she's 17. Walk over, put your hand on her shoulder. A direction, something different. So I've been practicing slowing down enough to care enough as a parent to stop everything and try to do something differently. To co-regulate and to recognize that actually when that happens, I need it just as much as she does. So I'm like, let's do this together. Let's take a breath. Let's do what's next. But life's often too busy for that, isn't it? We're too rushed. But what if this spiritual teaching from sacred scripture, which in Unity we teach that the Bible is the story of metaphysics and awakening. It's the story of Adam mind, Adam Eve consciousness to the Christ or Yeshua consciousness. It's the evolution of consciousness of humanity, of all life. And it's taken more in the way of like absorbing it for dream interpretation. You know, if you have a dream and someone says, oh, this is what that city means, this is what that place means. And it's not to discount any historical or any other interpretations of Scripture, but it is to allow it to be alive and recognize that it's been around for a long time, that there's something to it, but it needs to be received from a personal and mystical lens, because it was downloaded in a mystical lens, and then we know in a human way it was edited. A lot of the ladies are gone and all that stuff because there's some power and all that stuff. So anyway, we honor whatever way you experience that or you choose to set it aside. But the master teacher said, peace, be still. And the wind stopped and the water became calm. That's spiritual co-regulation. That's downloading. But often there are inaudible melodies happening right around us that we can't hear. You know, I was on a field trip this week with Sal and the kids. And something different. I used to be a teacher. I had like 32 kindergartners, and then I had second graders and fourth graders, and I did that for 5 years, and I thought, I will be insane if I keep doing this. So, though I wanted to, but I wanted to really have them at summer camp, you know, like homeschool summer camp, that kind of school. Not the kind where you're pushing them. I was pushing them. I was part of this. Oh, anyway. So back to that story, the kids. Oh, I went on the field trip, and we were on the bus, and I got my 3 little kids, right? And so my daughter's next to me, and the 2 other ones are catty corner, and boy, did this one little boy love to talk. He loves to talk, and he wanted to talk, and he wanted to talk to me the whole time. And I'm getting old. The other parents aren't that old, but I'm getting old. And so I'm sitting here with my head cranked like this, trying, you know, listening to him. And one, I'm like, I need a massage. I haven't got a massage in a long time. I'm going to need a massage after this bus ride. But the bus is kind of loud, and there's a lot of kids on there. There's a lot going on. And I noticed something different that I'd never noticed before. I mean, I've noticed it one-on-one and here and there, but I've never been in an environment since I've had this wonderful new experience where there have been a lot of children. I could not hear their voices. I mean, I could hear the sounds, but I'm like, what? What again? What again? And he's trying to tell me stuff, and he has a lot of stories to tell. And I'm like, I'm not going to make it through this bus ride all the way to Science City with this beautiful little soul trying to tell me stories because I can't hear. You know how dolphins make different sounds, and we can't hear them? Like if you're just swimming with a dolphin, you hear some stuff, right? But I don't know. I haven't swum with a dolphin that's talking to me, but you can hear some things, but if you have the right equipment, you pick up on a lot more, right? Whole conversations happening, right? But they say that same thing about kids, you know, their sounds they can hear that we can't hear. And anyway, I'm getting to the beloved space where there are clearly sounds I can't hear. So what do? Do I create more commotion, talk louder, or do I slow down? Quiet, get quiet, lean in. Do you believe there are inaudible melodies being sung all around us and within us every moment, guiding us, speaking to us, directing us, inspiring us, loving us, drawing us together, teaching us? Scripture said it's all written upon your heart. I believe that there are, but often we are going too fast to hear it. We override our intuition and we sideswipe our sacred nudges. This morning, and the title of this talk might be Don't Rush, the Tao of the Termite. And I was ready really early this morning. I got up early. I was ready early. I baked this morning. I don't bake anyway. I burn things. That's why I don't bake. I cook, but I don't bake. But my daughter wanted these mochi pancakes. They're really good, sweet potato pancakes. Is anyone feeling the slowness in the room and getting into the Zen zone? Or is it just totally annoying? So we got out the animal pan. We had started to make this the other day, but we had a birthday party and I completely forgot. I thought it was at 2 and it was at 1, so we had to put everything in the fridge and abandon the project. So this morning got up and I was like, I'm just gonna get up, and I made these pancakes into cupcakes in little animal tins. And it was a slow morning. My daughter came out. Usually, if you're a parent, or a grandparent, or anyone that has to go to work, you know that sometimes the mornings are rushed. School's starting at 7:45. Who does that? Work sometimes. Some of you get up like 5 and 6 a.m. Who does that? She had time to decorate each one. It was like this long morning, and I still had all this extra time. And then, whatever happened, it's a disorder. It actually has a name. It's like, what is that called when people have time dysphoria? My friends call it the McCabe vortex, but time dysphoria. So anyway, I end up getting in the car, and we're bringing also these muffins over to the neighbors on the way. Very unconventional Sunday morning for us. This is not how Sunday mornings go. But I'm kind of proud of it, right? And I'm proud that we're slowing down and that we're creating peace, especially with everything that's going on right now. We better be making muffins in the morning, This is the morning. I have a child. Thank you. I have you to come to. We get to come together, make a muffin. You feel that? Make it today, don't make it tomorrow. Make it today. It's a good time. So we get in the car. I actually almost texted Dennis to bring you all donuts. I was going to ask you if you. I was like, we have to really connect this morning. We have to really support each other. We have to really come together. Get this. There's no electricity in the village except for this building this morning. They're changing electric companies. And so there's a lot of windows over in the other building, but the kids are in natural light right now. But I was I thought they were going to be over here, so I was like, oh, we should have fellowship because we have all the parents and the kids, and I always want us to be together. And so I thought about getting donuts, and I called the donut shop, and he said, go to another donut shop. And I'm usually not even a donut person. I wouldn't bring sugar treats, but I was like, maybe I'll just bring everyone donuts. It feels like a day we need sugar. And then I thought Dennis would go get the donuts. And so I almost called, and then instead I texted Aisha and Mark, and they said, simplify, do not bring the donuts. There is enough going on. So anyway, fast forward the story. I get into the car, and it's the last minute we can really be leaving to get here at a comfortable time. And I'm a McCabe, so that means you'd all be uncomfortable with the time frame. So we're driving. These are the Sundays that I'm a comedian somehow, and I don't even try. But it's kind of fun. Is it fun for you, or is it terrible? Okay. It's weird. And if you're here for the first time, this is not normal. I mean, it is normal in that there is no normal. So I'm in the car, and then my daughter wants to ride her bike to the neighbors to deliver the muffins. And I mean, it's just one house down, but have you seen a 7.5-year-old that grew up without sidewalks trying to ride a bike? So she's got the muffins in the basket to her bike, and she's like, I'm gonna ride my bike. And I was like, we don't even have watches anymore, but I was like, ah. But it's muffin making time, people. It's muffin making time. So I was like, you're gonna need to leave your bike in the front yard, and I'll pick you up. She's like, yeah, come pick me up. So she does, she rides the thing, drops off her bike. We're trying not to wake up the dog. It's the people with the dog. It's true. Hi, guys. And we get in the car, and I'm like, uncomfortably late. But I'm driving on the highway. And I did push a button on my phone. I did touch my phone. I pushed a button on my phone so I could hear something. And the car just went like, just a little. But when it did, there was this wonderful gentleman on a motorcycle. Now, if you're a minister on a Sunday morning, there's probably like just a couple of things that are like, please never let that happen. It was not Crazy Carl, for those of you in the community. It wasn't Mad Max and Crazy Carl. If you want to get involved in the community, come to open mic night. It's every first Thursday. Anyway, it wasn't them. It was who? Who do you think it was? Someone you all know. Everyone knows this person. Nobody wants to see him. Reverend Brenda always does a traveling prayer, and she says, and may all of the blankety blanks be on the other side of the road serving other customers. So in that motorcycle, right after I went, just a little bit over the line and came back, which actually is kind of normal for me. Who was on the motorcycle? The cops, police officer, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, But I was slowed down behind the person. There's a person in front of me. I was keeping the pace with them. So I was like, really didn't see it. In my mind, this is terrible to have to say out loud as a minister at a church, but this is real. I was like, what can I say about why I swerved? You can't say the phone. You can't say, like, there's something in the road. Like, and I was like, could a squirrel be in the road? Could a bird be in the road? None of that really could. And I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, this is going to be tricky. Mark may have to give the sermon. You guys may have to give the sermon. So he pulls me over. He comes to this side of my car. Luckily, I had just printed out my stuff, so I had it right there. And he says license, and he didn't actually ask for registration. He just asked for the insurance card. Well, that's when I handed to him. We've never been pulled over. I've never been pulled over with my daughter. I mean, I have before her, but never since. And so he says, I was like, that little swerve. And he's like, no, you were going miles over the speed limit. And I was like, I was? And that was authentic. I was not teasing. But I was like, really, I was? And I'm getting my stuff. He's like, yeah, get your driver's license on it. And I said, this isn't like trying or anything, but I just want you to know I'm a minister of a church, and I'm on my way to church, and service starts at 10:30. I'm like, I don't, like, please help me. Because I'm thinking, I don't know how long, I don't know how long this is going to be. Anyway, he was like, you could tell he wasn't quite going to say anything. And I was like, my whole family comes from firemen and police officers in New York City. They served in my Uncle Bob used to they have like a card, they have a card and they share it with each other. Or they have a sticker they put on the car and then everyone just goes. Anyway, he was super nice, but he came back and he goes, I'm going to do for you what I did for everyone else, 5 miles over the speed limit. And we'll have an offering after the service. Just kidding. Just kidding. But he's like, and he was so sweet. He was like, it's not a moving violation. It's not a this and that. You're just going to get 5 miles. I was like, thank you so much. And here's the thing. Because I was working on a sermon called Don't Rush, the Tao of the Termite, I was really calm inside. Normally, if I got pulled over by the police, certainly on a Sunday morning, do you know that feeling where your skin falls off? It just slips off your body? And you're so nervous. It's people have it when bad things happen or something scary. And that's how I could get and I'd be all bent out of shape. But I wasn't. I was like, hi, and this. And then I thought, I just automatically took a moment to bless him, thinking about what's going on in the world. And I said, I just want you to know, thank you for what you do, and thank you for being you, and I bless you and your family, and I know that they probably think every day that you're out here and think about you, and so just thank you for what you do. This is after he gave me the ticket, so this was not putting butter on the muffin. So I blessed him. And then as I drove off, I thought, in a unity way, I thought, maybe I was supposed to give him that reminder this morning. Who knows what's going on in his world? It's not feeling cool out there for a lot of people. And I thought, well, that's cool. That's my tithe this week. support the police department with prayer and love. But sometimes we're moving too fast. And what happens when we move too fast? We don't feel our connection that's always there. We miss the muffin moments. We miss moments that we are called to serve and bless. And we miss that inaudible melody. There is no thing that can take our peace or take our joy or take our community. It's within us and it's among us. Lao Tzu says, little by little, one travels far. Mark, will you give us the slide? Little by little, one travels far. I had a time when I've been going through, just realizing there was kind of a lot of trauma. I hide that from all of you guys, the other part of life where I'm going through a lot. But when I reached out to those to get support that love me, I talked to one of my great friends who runs the Temple Buddhist Center, and he gave me a couple of tools, and I'm going to share those with us today because we are all spiritually here to regulate the nervous system of the one life among us in expression. We're here to bless each other. We're here to be like a tuning fork, right? Like harmonizing. And so he told me this. He said, you have had too much going on for too long, and you need to create some new neural pathways. So slow down. Be like a termite, just a little bit every day. Just chew out a bit by bit. Maybe do 3 things every day. And rather than all the other types of meditation that I had tried, and if you have ever been here in our spiritual community before, do I speak quickly or slowly? Yeah, you wouldn't know it, would ya? Today. He said, what you need is single focus meditation. And I was like, tell me about that. He goes, you need to rewire everything. You don't need to be listening to an audio while you're doing breath work or, or doing a mantra or anything like that. Just look at one place. Breathe and get in your body. Go to your heart. Simplify it. Create space and slow down. And then he said this because I was at a point where, if you've ever been there, where you kind of, everything routine feels like torture. Have I not been speaking into the mic this whole time? You're so ready to go, aren't you? We're going, we're leaving. Okay, so create ritual. I was like, I'm like all this stuff that we have to do every day over and over again. It's like, in this state of mind that I'm in, it's torture. Like there's so many things need to be done and I can't keep up with anything. And he said, then you need to create ritual out of routine. So you need to find the things and create a ritual. If it's your tea, you go, you push the button on the teapot. You listen to the water boil. You pour the water in the teacup. You bring the teacup to your favorite spot. You sit down, put the blanket over you. You look out the window, out the same window. And he said, you just keep doing that every morning. And that changes. One of the reasons why I'm slower too is actually from Mark and Tandy. Menopause, bioidentical hormones. I just want to put in that plug real quick. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be talking this slow. But creating ritual. So turn the monotony, turn the tasks, turn all that stuff into a ritual. We have to become Zen monks here and make something that seems silly or monotonous or torture. Make it sacred, make it spiritual, slow down. And then he said, honor what is true right now. Stop arguing with what is. We're in interesting times. Everyone is supporting someone else. And if you're not supporting someone or multiple people, you're needed in service. You're needed to create love and peace and to help people center. And he said, small steps every day. I wanted to get everything done. I'm used to having everything done. Moms, hear me. I'm used to having everything done, and then you throw away the list. And now I'm at a space where the list is it's just flowing all around all the time. Make muffins. And the last thing was to remember, you are enough right now. You are enough right now. So we show up with presence. We show up slowly inside. Instead of being nervous when that police officer pulled me over, I was actually totally fine inside, totally at peace with it. I did ask him how many minutes he thought it would take. And then I was just like, thanks. And I realized he probably doesn't get a lot of thank yous. Like, thanks for the ticket. Thanks for what you do. Bye-bye. He did ask the name of the church, by the way, which I didn't know if that was going to help me or hurt me. So I was like, ah! Namaste.
Brush fire fairy tales, itsy bitsy diamond wells, big fat hurricanes, yellow-bellied given names, where shortcuts can slow you down, and in the end we're bound to rebound off what we. Well, dust off your thinking caps, solar-powered plastic plants, pretty pictures of things we ate, only what we hate. But in the long run we found silent films are full of sound, inaudibly free. Slow down, everyone, you're moving too fast. Frames can catch you when you're moving like that. Inaudible melodies serve narrational strategies. Unobtrusive tones help to notice nothing but the zone of visual relevancy. Frame lines tell me what to see, chopping like an axe, or maybe Eisenstein should just relax. Slow down, everyone, you're moving too fast. Frames can catch you when you're moving like that. Plato's cave is full of freaks demanding refunds for things they've seen. I wish I could believe in all the things that never made the screen. Slow down, everyone, you're moving too fast. Frames can catch you when you're moving like that. Slow down, everyone, you're moving too fast. Frames can catch you when you're moving like that. I'm moving too.
All right. Hans-Jürgen Hufenson asks us, if not music, what else could encourage us to awaken the Garden of Eden within us? So thank you, Joe Cartwright, Steve Ragazzi, and Todd Gillette for helping us wake up that garden this morning. And thank you, Reverend Erin, for reminding us to slow down, that God is love, and the source of our divinity lies within us. It takes a village to create this service, and we're grateful for all who make it happen. Kristen King Sparrow is our prayer chaplain today, and she will be handling that up here, I believe, after service. Deep Dive begins right after service, virtually on Zoom, hosted by our Zoom team, and you can find the Zoom link on the Virtual Sanctuary tab of unityvillagechapel.org. And in person, here at Uni, facilitated by Courtney McElwee and Mary Kay Ziegler. As Reverend Erin mentioned, there's no electricity in the other buildings, and the Fillmore Cafe is closed, so find Courtney or Mary Kay back in the atrium there, and I believe it'll be in this building. As you leave, physical offerings may be placed in the baskets, and electronic giving is available at the welcome table. If you're visiting today and you have a heart for supporting our Sunday service here at Unity Village, you're invited to join the 5 to Thrive with an ongoing gift of $5 weekly or monthly. And remember, you can always stay connected through our live stream. As you exit, drop by the welcome table to give offering, pick up a copy of the New Daily Word, or purchase music CDs and sign up for our classes and events. Now let's give our musicians one more round of appreciation as we stand, sing the peace song, and recite the prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, only all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is swell.